Hello friends, let's know what IELTS is. In this video, we are going to see what IELTS is, what is the test format and different modules of IELTS. Let us first understand what is IELTS. IELTS stands for International English Language Testing Systems. This test is designed to assess the English speaking ability of a candidate aspiring to study in a country where language of communication is English, or to work in a country where language of communication is English. There are two modules in IELTS, IELTS Academic and IELTS General. IELTS Academic is answered by students who intend to study in a country where language of communication is English, and IELTS General is for the students who intend to work in a country where language of communication is English. The results for IELTS are valid for 2 years. IELTS evaluates students on a range of 1 to 9 band score. That means the IELTS is of 9 marks. In IELTS language, 9 marks are called as 9 band score. The scale of marking system in IELTS is 0.5. This implies a candidate may score 5 band score, 5.5 band score, 6 band scores, 7 band scores, 7.5 band score, and so on. Each of the components on IELTS, listening, reading, writing, and speaking, are marked separately out of 9 band score. There is no passing and failing marks in IELTS. Let us understand IELTS in more details. IELTS evaluates students on basis of 4 language skills, that is listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Let's talk about the listening component on IELTS. The listening component on IELTS is of 40 minutes. First 30 minutes is the actual listening test, and last 10 minutes are for transferring the answers from the question paper onto the answer sheet. The IELTS listening component is same for academic and general students. IELTS listening test has 4 sections. These sections are in increasing order of difficulty. The first 2 sections of IELTS listening test are based on everyday context, everyday life situations, social context, and the concluding 2 sections of IELTS are based on academic context. In IELTS listening test, you will listen to a range of native speakers with variety of accent, variety of standard English, and so on. The first section of IELTS speaking is always a conversation section in between 2 people, wherein a person calls another person and inquires about something. Candidate is supposed to listen to this conversation and answer the question while listening to this conversation. The second section on IELTS listening is a monologue. A speaker gives informative talk about some village, about some organization, about some city, or some touristry place. In the third section, it is a conversation section. It can be a conversation in between 2 people or among 3 or 4 people. The context of the conversation is academic context, and these are university students or teachers discussing the subject that they are studying. And the fourth section on IELTS is a monologue. A university lecturer imparts a lecture on university topic. Now let us look into what is academic reading test. The academic reading test is 60 minutes. The academic reading test has 3 sections. The difficulty level in these 3 sections is in ascending order. The nature of the reading passages in academic reading can be descriptive and it can be factual. The academic reading test might include varieties of non-verbal materials such as diagrams, images, pie charts, and so on. These texts are excerpts from books, journals, and newspapers. The general reading test is of 60 minutes. There are 3 sections. These 3 sections are of progressing difficulty level. The first section has 2 small passages with 14 questions. The second section has 2 small passages with 13 questions. And the last section has 1 lengthy passage with with 13 questions, accounting it to 40 questions. Each question carries 1 mark. So the nature of the passage here is factual. This can be descriptive passages. Some passages can be argumentative passages. At times, there would be scientific passages as well. The next component on IELTS is writing. Writing component is different for academic and general students. The academic writing task is of 60 minutes. There are 2 tasks, task 1 and task 2. Task 1 on academic writing is of 20 minutes. The candidate is expected to write this task in at least 150 words, summarizing or describing or explaining a table, chart, or diagram. The second task for writing is writing a descriptive or an argumentative essay in at least 250 words. General writing, on the other hand, is also of 60 minutes, but unlike academic writing, the first task of general writing, task 1 of general writing, is writing a letter. Writing one letter. The letter could be a formal letter, informal letter, or a semi-formal letter, and it is to be written in at least 150 words. The second task is 40 minutes with 250 words at least, and it could be a descriptive or an argumentative essay. The next component on IELTS is IELTS speaking. This is the shortest test out of 4 IELTS speaking skills. The IELTS speaking test is for about 11 to 14 minutes, and it is a face-to-face discussion. It has 3 rounds, round 1, round 2, and round 3. These rounds are short questions speaking in length about a familiar topic and a structured discussion, and again a question answer round. This particular test is conducted face to face with a real person, making it similar to a real life situation. The first section of the first part of IELTS speaking is a question answer round, where the examiner asks you questions about your likes, about your dislikes, about your preferences, questions about your countries, question about your traditions, your involvement with your country and tradition. You are expected to answer these questions in 4 to 5 sentences. One must see to it that no question goes answered in 1 word or 1 sentence. The second round on IELTS speaking is a cue card round, where a candidate gets a topic with a subtopics below that topic. A candidate is given 1 minute to prepare, and a candidate is expected to speak for 2 minutes at a length without taking any unnecessary pause. The third round of IELTS speaking is again a question answer round. The questions in the third round of IELTS speaking are closely related to the topic that you get in the second round.